In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 Google Ad mistakes that most water damage restorations make that could be costing you thousands. So most water damage companies think that Google Ads just doesn't work when that's just not true. And by fixing these mistakes, then you can single-handedly take your ads from unprofitable to profitable. And if you've never seen me before, my name is Tyden, and I run a Google Ads agency where we run local service ads and Google Ads. But let's just jump straight into it. So mistake number one is going to be targeting the wrong keywords. So there's two types of keywords that you can target. The first one are going to be low intent searches, and these are ones that you want to avoid. So these are words like anything with DIY in them. Also words like how to and prevention. So an example would be water damage prevention. So these searches are going to be people that are browsing and not necessarily looking to actually hire someone to come and fix their problem, maybe just price shopping or something like that. But these are the searches that you do want to target right here. They're high intent. So these are stuff like emergency water damage repair, water damage restoration near me, 24-hour water damage service, and so on. Now, one thing with these is the longer you have, the more words that you have in the keyword, then the more specific of searches you're going to get. So if you just do water damage, you're going to get less specific searches. And it also depends whether you're using exact match or phrase match or even broad match, although I wouldn't recommend broad match for most cases. Sometimes it is acceptable, but you basically sometimes if they have really really long like long tail words, then you will not get very many searches, and so you have to try to find the balance there. But you want to target things like near me, 24-hour, help now, so because they actually have a crisis and they need help now. So the fix is to make sure you're using exact match and phrase match, and then avoid just low intent terms, and add those low intent terms as negative keywords, which are basically things that just stop those terms from coming up. So if you add a negative keyword of DIY, for example, any search that has DIY in it will not come up. So mistake number two is going to be sending traffic to the wrong page. And what I mean by wrong page is just a website. So this is an example of a website right here. And basically the biggest thing is it has these links up here that is taking away the focus from what you want the person to do, which is going to be to call the company. So this is, it's not bad, but this is going to have a lower conversion rate compared to something like this, where you just have the call now button, call now, and then optionally they could fill out a form. And this is actually a landing page that we built out for a client. If you are interested in like having something like that built out for you, I'll have a link in the description where you can click. And if you can hop on a call with me and we'll see if we're a good fit, and then yeah, we can go from there. But so when you send ads to a website, then those slow websites lose emergency leads. And one thing is people nowadays have a super short attention span. So if it takes more than like 3 seconds to load, they're gonna be gone. Um, it reduces calls, and then they must see the phone number immediately, and it needs to be above the fold. And what I mean by the above the fold is this right here. Everything that you see is above the fold. Anything, if you have to scroll down, that is all below the fold. So it's basically when you hop onto the page, that stuff that you can see, that is the fold. So um, now, a better landing page is basically having a big visible phone number. You want emergency message, so you want to show stuff that you respond quickly. You want to list your service area because that will also help the Google the ads to be more relevant, which increases your ads score. And then you also want to have reviews and trust badges, which is down here a little bit more. That doesn't have to be at the very top, but yeah. And then, so one test that you can do is just open your landing page on a phone, because we've found from our data that there's like 90% of searches were on mobile. And so you want to open your landing page, and if you can find the phone number in under 3 seconds, then you're good. If you can't, you're going to have a much lower conversion rate and people are going to be bouncing. I mean, you got to fix it before running any more ads. So mistake number three is going to be not tracking your calls. And this is really important. A lot of people do not track their calls. And this is basically, if you don't track your calls, you're flying blind. You don't know which keywords are producing actual jobs. You're wasting ad spend, and you're just guessing instead of using data. So when you have data, then Google Ads will basically, Google is you're telling Google what it counts as a conversion, and you're telling it what you want it to target. So you give it the data of a specific keyword, say just water damage restoration near me. It finds that that keyword is getting a lot of calls because of your call data tracking. Then it will add more budget to that and make that keyword, your ad, show up more with those keywords. So what you can do is you can set up Google Ad Call extensions, which I recommend everyone to do. And then you can use a call tracking software. Like this number right here is a call tracking number. And you basically want to do that. And you can use like CallRail, call tracking metrics, anything like that. And then CallRail is probably the best here. But you can import call conversions back into Google Ads. And then the data will tell you where to increase or cut the budget. And like here, it gives you basically which keywords drive the calls, which ads get the most responses, what time of day that people call, and which calls convert into actual book jobs. So mistake number 4 is not running ads 24/7. And this is a big one. If you do run a 24/7 service, then you want to be running the ads 24/7. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out on potential calls because water damage happens at any time, And so if your ads are off, competitors are going to be getting the jobs. So the fix is just to make sure you're running the campaign for 24/7. And then you can use ad scheduling if you want to run your ads if you know which times you get the most calls, you can run specific ads during those times. And then you also want to set up a call forwarder or an AI caller. So then if you do miss a call, then it basically, you never miss a call. If you miss a call, then the AI caller will pick up. If you don't know how to do that, that is actually something we offer as well. But every hour that your ads are off is basically an hour your competitor owns the market. So mistake number 5 is a big one. This one is using Google Ads when LSA might work better. So basically, local service ads they're the premium ad placement because they appear above regular Google Ads. So this is what local service ads look like. So say you were to search up electrician London, then it comes up right here, and they have the Google guaranteed right here. And then they just have the call and the message. So one thing with this is they have no landing page. You basically just set it up, and then, there's some other stuff you have to do, but yeah, you don't need a landing page, but you pay per lead, not per click, and then the calls come directly through Google. And so to know which one is right for you, basically Google Ads gives you more control and broader reach, and it works for any services because LSAs, you can run LSAs for water damage restoration, but some niches, it actually is not allowed. Like they don't have the option to run them. But LSA has higher placement and cheaper per lead for, it kind of depends, but you get that trust badge as well. And the cons when you wouldn't want to run LSA ads is if you need more control or you already know what's working, and so you can adjust the budget for specific keywords and stuff. That's when Google Ads would actually be better. And Google Ads are more scalable as well compared to LSA. But the best strategy is to really just run both, because then you get 2 spots as well, and that just helps increase your conversion rate. So now we'll just head on to the summary, which we talked about the most 5 biggest common mistakes, which are wrong keywords, wrong landing page or not having a landing page in general, not tracking calls, ads not running 24/7, and mistake number 5, which is just ignoring local service ads. So if you fix all 5 of these, then you're going to be in a much better spot to be able to scale your Google Ads and start growing your business. Now, if all of this sounds confusing, don't worry, I understand. If you would like someone to come in and just run these for you, we are here. We build Google Ads and LSA campaigns for restoration companies. And so basically our services are, we do Google Ad and LSA campaigns. They're built for emergency services. So if you run 24/7, that's who we like working with. That's where we can optimize the best. We have full call tracking. And then we do landing page optimization and keyword strategy planning, so we can get high intent job ready searchers. And then we also have the AI caller as well, which is add-on. But if you are ready to just get more jobs and stop losing them to competitors, then you can check out the link below, where you'll hop on the call, and then we can see if we are a good fit and we can start working together. But I hope you took something from value from this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be posting more content like this and more strategies in the future. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.